My mom told me not to talk to strangers on the internet, but I'm glad I didn't listen. We are the Certified Noonas, your sisters in the love of Asian entertainment.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
I'm Natalia.
And I'm Sky.
And we are back after an unplanned mini vacation. I will assure you, was not much of a vacation. I was taken down. I was taken down by sickness.
By illness.
By sickness, yes. I was taken out horribly and thus could not do the recording, in the sense that it's not like, oh, if Natalia's not here, we can't record because she does all, No, I physically do the recording. So, like, if I can't.
But also,
yeah,
it's okay. We're allowed to take a week and,
Let me take a week to recover from the horrible. Well, I'm still like sick. Like, this is.
You sound good.
I sound fine, but like the thing is like I didn't. I sounded terrible. but like I get like I have like really bad. I can't. I'm tired all the time. Like I haven't quite gotten over the
you need to recover still.
Yeah, I'm still working on it. But I did have enough energy this week to watch the first 2 episodes of a brand new KDrama that is out on Hulu and Disney Plus. I do believe are the 2 places you can locate this bad boy. A IU and Beyond Woo-suk master, rom-com drama called Perfect Crown. And oh boy, with this one, like, we were pretty hyped about this. I think a lot of people were pretty hyped about this because what an easy sell.
Right?
Yeah, like
I mean,
I was like, I don't even care what it's really about.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna be watching this.
It's like
it's got a lot of good
modern monarchy for us. Like that is just
contract,
like
marriage,
right?
Like political, the political intrigue that we so know and enjoy, but also corporate intrigue. It's got it all. And so we've been pretty excited, as has like everyone we encounter on K-drama social media. I don't think I've seen one person being like, yeah, I don't know, I've never heard of this one. Like, nah, people been waiting.
Just shout out, because specifically the director of Bring It On Ghost, Because This Is My First Life, What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, Touch Your Heart, Alchemy of Souls, Love Your Enemy.
Classics.
We have been paying attention, sir.
Yes, we are excited to see. So, as of the recording, the day that we're recording this, there are only 2 episodes out. Though another episode does come out the day after we're recording this. If you want to reverse engineer and figure out what day we record, not that it makes a difference.
Yeah, I'm sure people are plotting out what.
Like, I'm good. They're working on the Noonas ARG. So we watched the first 2 episodes of this show to do one of our classic episode formats, which is a first look where we talk about the plot of the show, what we liked, and if we're going to keep watching. And that's essentially what we're doing here today, y'all. That's about it. So,
and when we do that, we're going to say whatever we want to say about the first 2 episodes. We're not hiding spoilers. There be none.
There aren't any. Like in the first 2 episodes of any show, like unless the show is only 2 episodes, nothing that happens is a spoiler. It's the intro to the show. So that's just your little warning. We will say what happened in the show because it's 2 episodes. Now I will say these episodes are on the longer side.
Oh yeah,
over an hour. So, but it was an enjoyable.
I was pleasantly surprised though. Like I didn't feel like they were really long. Like my sister and I sat down to watch them on Saturday night, and we just watched them both. And she was like, "Oh, there's no more episodes." I was like, "It's also after 10, and we're both old. Like we should go to bed." But like, and then like on Tuesday when I saw her for something else, she's like, I'm still kind of mad that there's no more new episodes yet. I'm still thinking about that drama. So like she's quite enjoying it. She's very excited. So.
And Amanda's sister invested in the drama.
Yes.
I watched it yesterday because I was going to watch it when it first came out. And then I was like, no, Natalia, you have the memory recall of like
An
a
aged
gnat.
goldfish?
Yeah, like a goldfish with dementia. Like, so I watched it yesterday afternoon. So like I would, and if I didn't have to work today, I would have watched it this morning just for like, I do that a lot where
For
like
recency.
I'll watch it the day of just so I'm like, it's fresh. But I think it's pretty fresh. I haven't watched any dramas since then. So this is what we're going to talk about today. Let me just take us all through the basic plot of this show. So this show takes place in an alternate universe. This does not take place in our world. This is important because for anyone who doesn't know, Korea does not have a monarchy anymore due to various situations over the years, wars and occupations and things. So it is set in an alternate universe where that didn't happen, and the monarchy continued from the Joseon era to the modern era. And so they now have a constitutional monarchy, which is like sort of similar to, strangely enough, Canada, except Canada doesn't really care about the British monarchy that much. Whereas people in this fictional version of Korea really are invested in the Korean monarchy. And it follows okay. Explaining this guy's like situation is like a little more complicated in words. So his older brother was the king, and his older brother had a child, so that child became the crown prince, and then his older brother died in a fire, so that when the kid was like 5, so now the kid is 8, and so he is the grand prince, which is like not technically the crown prince if this kid dies before having an heir. And he's also the regent. So he's technically the king, but the royal family is sort of a, like, they don't do anything. Like they don't
like
rule.
there's not
ornamental.
It's a lot of
yeah.
Giving out awards,
ceremonial,
showing up for stuff.
Yeah, they
very similar,
like
to
the British monarchy. They don't do anything.
And as far as like they definitely they're the monarch, so they still are like hierarchy of class. They still are at the apex of class that exists.
Yeah. So then, on the other hand, and he's at odds with his nephew's mother, the queen mother, who's
and she also has ruling power as well.
Yeah, so
like,
they're like co-regents.
Yeah,
but he's like the more highly held
patriarchy.
And, okay, dude's single, so guess who's people are paying attention to this guy.
Yeah, people are. He's single. He's hot. He's rich. He's royal. Like,
These are attractive qualities in a man.
Yeah, those are things that people are into. He does ceremonial things. He chills out with the prime minister. They're doing stuff. He went to a fancy pants aristocracy school. All that. Meanwhile, on the other hand, you've got IU's character, who is the illegitimate second daughter of a conglomerate. Okay. And she runs like one arm of this family company. Mostly very successfully. It's like the most successful branch of this conglomerate, mostly because her brother is an idiot.
Yes.
But due to her being illegitimate and sexism, that still exists in this alternate Korea. Her father wants the brother to inherit the company. And so the father is like, I am going to find you a husband, and has recruited her idiot brother's idiot wife. They're kind of delightful in their idiocy, I will be honest.
They're fun.
Yeah. But like, they're both, to find a husband. But instead of like finding a husband that would actually help her like solidify power and, sort of defeat her brother, because she does deserve to run the company due to her sheer competence. They're like just trotting out dudes that will do nothing for her, but also want to marry her because they need money. And she's like, okay, the one thing that has always been my failing is that I am not considered aristocracy.
Like, that's the one thing she doesn't have, other than the illegitimate aspect.
Well, that's part of it, right?
Yeah,
like, she's
kind of part of it.
she's, so she's considered low class, even though she's the top of her game and successful, because classism is like a big thing in this. So then she's like, I went to school with the crown prince. I'm going to marry him instead of any of these idiots that my, father and sister-in-law have come up with. Which is a big surprise to the crown prince.
I love that. To be clear, when she decides it, though, when she's just like, who else? She's like, as pretty as me, as smart as me, as rich as me. Wait, I know somebody.
There's only one person.
Like, she was essentially trying to be like, who can get me what I want? And the list is very short.
Yeah.
And it pretty much is the dude that runs everything.
Yeah.
And then it's like, wait, hey, I know him.
Yeah, wait a second. We went to school together. And so that's the basic plot as it stands. I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. Like, straight up coming right out of the gate. I'm gonna say the main reason I enjoy these 2 episodes, my main reason, is because I love when IU is mean to people. Because like, she's like, in her like real life like persona, like, she's known for being very kind and sweet. But let me tell you, when she plays like an asshole,
Hotel de Luna, anybody?
This energy that she's bringing to this is unhinged. Like,
and also like, she's mean to people, but not mean to people.
Not undeservedly.
Like, she's not vicious.
She's kind of like bitchy, but she's not mean.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean? Like, she's not cruel.
Or if or like, like her aide,
if someone's
likes
being,
her.
But if someone's being classist to her, she will dish stuff right back to those.
Yeah, she will eviscerate them. Spot.
Yeah.
And like, the other thing I really enjoyed is, this was more of a reveal in the second episode, is that, so there's this poor little kid, this child king, right? And
he's
literally,
so cute.
and everyone sort of assumes that like the grand prince like resents this kid. But the only person who seems to actually genuinely love this child is the grand prince main character. And I just thought they were so cute.
And he tries to treat him like a kid, like not in a demeaning way, but he's like, my nephew is a kid who needs support. If he says he needs support, I'm going to go give it to him. I don't care if his mom is going to get mad about that. Because she's trying to put on some airs. The kid's 8.
The mom's a piece of work.
The kid's 8 and he's crying on the phone to me. I am going to go help him.
And he finds a good balance between, like, this is my nephew and he's a kid and he needs help and support. But also, he's the king. So, when he says to his bodyguard or whatever, hey, can we go through this order of business one more time because I'm nervous? They should be doing that. Because their king just told them to do that. They shouldn't be going, no, it's okay, we'll take care of that. And and the crown prince, the main character, is like coming in going, no, your king told you to do something. Let's treat the king like the king. Like, we can't just write him off because he's a kid.
He's just, the kid's by the way, the child actor, very
so
cute.
Adorable.
Very cute, very little pinchable cheeks. But I think we need to like sort of transition into talking about the Queen Mother, because like, sort of sets up the main villain of the beginning of this show. There could be another villain.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if there's other people.
Other stuff. Later. Yeah.
But she did not like her husband. No. So the previous king, you very quickly find out, by the way, played by what's his name? We love him. Oh my god, I did
Sung
remember.
Joon.
Yeah, Sung Joon. Thank you, Sung Joon. Just showing up just for, a little zazz. He likes to show up to just be like sprinkle, like, hey, I was here. Then I died in a fire. He had what is sort of implied is he had severe social anxiety. Like, he didn't like being king. He didn't.
It seemed like he at least didn't enjoy the burden of the stuff that he was having to deal with.
Something. No. Like, there's some sort of mental struggle, something going on there.
And he was going to abdicate the throne, which would then have made the Grand Prince the king, right? And the Queen Mother, his wife at the time, was like, how dare you?
Because she is from a long line of queens.
Yeah. And she's like, not on my watch. I am stuck in classism. Because as always, there's always either the rich are the villains, or like classism is the villain, or, patriarchy is the villain. So I think we're getting a lot of all sorts of flavors of that in this one. So she basically told him he couldn't. And then at some point soon after that, unclear as of this moment, what the timeline was between these two events, he dies in a fire, a suspicious fire.
It looked immediate. It immediate.
It did. The way it was cut, like he burns up his abdication letter, and then he immediately gets burned to death. We don't know if these two events are related, right? I feel like this is a bit of a bait and switch.
She didn't. It's not like she ran around the room catching everything on fire or anything. Yeah. She burnt one piece of paper. So either he basically committed suicide by sitting there and letting himself die, or something else happened.
But also, she did say it would be better if you died.
Yeah.
And left the room.
I'd rather you were dead.
She's a bit nasty. She's a bit of a nasty piece of work. All right. Not a lot of sympathy. She's also kind of nasty to her kid. She gets very upset. He's a child. And holds him up to standards that 8-year-olds just aren't going to fulfill.
And so then when he shows kids stuff, but also he gets a sense of anxiety because he's 8. And then she's like, he's reminding me of his dad. I don't like
loser father, and I'm against it. And it's just like, girl, calm the hell down. Like, chill out. So she seems to be convinced that Byun Woo Suk's character, Yeon, is basically trying to usurp the throne from this 8-year-old. And that's how she operates all the time. So she's constantly doing machinations to make him, trip him up and make him look bad and stuff. And then he's just like, I just want to chill out with my cats. He loves cats.
And he also loves fashion a bit. He just kind of wants to do whatever he wants.
He wants to wear sick clothes, collect art,
guns.
Traditional paintings of cats. Feed some cats, go on vacation, go horseback riding with his hair blowing in the wind. Listen,
he wants to be left alone is mostly what he
when I tell you, it's the camera operator was like, all right, we know what the people watching. And listen, they know what they want because your first introduction to this man is a shower scene. The first time he's on
necessary, and I was like,
the first time it cuts in to be like, here's our main male character. He's nude, just with water cascading down his bulging muscles, and I'm like, all right, okay, we get it. We already knew what he was good looking.
Even after that, he didn't even fully really towel off. He is still dripping wet as he then looks at his guns and stands there like a model. It's like, okay,
they did
open bathrobe.
It was kind of they were trying to introduce him as maybe more mysterious than he actually was, because, like, there was blood dripping down in the water and stuff. It was like, "Oh my god, did he just kill somebody? Like, what kind of show are we watching?" And it was just kinda like, "No, he was out hunting."
Yeah, no, he just like, hunts, you know, whatever. Okay. And but, like, he's, like, a great character. Like, I'm really liking his characterization, but I just think I always find it so funny when a show goes to great pains to convince the audience that a good-looking person is good-looking. And I'm like, you don't need to go this hard.
He just had to stand there with clothes on.
Yeah, like, we can see, you know, like, I'm sure the described video for the people with hard of seeing is letting them all know we didn't need to do this much, you know. We get it. But I think that this is a fun dynamic they're setting up between the two of them.
There's another character. There's the Prime Minister. Okay. And the Prime Minister is like besties with IU's character.
Yes.
Which is so lovely.
But listen, you know he don't want to be besties.
Well, but so first episode, they really feel besties. Like that was. But then second episode, he's hard eyes after that. And it was like, oh, he's a simp. Got it.
I know. Again, when we're watching this, my sister's like, I like you, dude, but you've had it dedicated. Like, you could have made a move. Like, if you've
been friends since high school. Yeah, like, you've had time. But also, like, I get in the sense, like, why he wouldn't, because they were talking about, like, you know, politicians, like, they try to marry, you know, people in the aristocracy to, like, help with their political aspirations, whereas, like, business people don't. So, like, it's probably family pressure that he's not, you know, has made a move.
Busy.
Yeah, he's also the prime minister.
Very young to be the prime minister. Like,
because also another fun bit about him is he's also friends with the Grand Prince. So those are his, like, two friends that you've been presented. And not just like, oh, they're acquaintances. Like, they are friendly and have in-jokes and, like, private conversations that aren't of a, like, recorded in history.
They have the relationship of people who have known each other for a decade and went to high school together, and so they have, like,
and work in related fields,
jokes, you know, and
and but also he's played by Steve and Steve Yes, all right. Steve Yes, okay. And it was doing, like, a real classic where they've kind of set up a second male lead as of the first two episodes that is so perfect that you're just like, I need you to give him a flaw immediately because he's looking pretty good, personality, looks,
and it's going to be really sad if we have to watch, like, obviously his heart's going to get shattered, and he's going to look really cute when his heart gets shattered. And it's going to be really sad.
Yes. I just, you know.
I want to discuss, like, fashion a little bit so far. So what's kind of cool is, I think it was first episode, IU's character gets invited to the king, so the 8-year-old's birthday party, and so it's mostly aristocracy and then just, like, a very few higher up business people. But it's definitely mostly aristocracy. And it seems like most of the aristocracy all wears the old school attire, like, in pastel colors. Like, it's, and I'm sure there's, like, all the significance. I did not go read historical significance of color within courts. I don't know. But it's obvious, and people say it explicitly within the script. Not really supposed to wear red to
the court stuff.
Like, you're not supposed to do that.
And she's like, I'm not supposed to do a lot of things. Don't worry about it.
Pulls up in a red car, comes out with her red outfit. That is what she is up to.
And it's also, like, kind of mirrored in that scene, in that sort of series of scenes, because the Grand Prince also shows up in his hunting outfit. And like the queen mother is incensed because how dare he like not stick to decorum. But meanwhile, like the little king's like, oh, I got him that outfit. Like, I just love my uncle so much.
He looks good in it, yay!
And he was like, I didn't want to upstage. You know, he kind of did. Listen, he like swooped in all sexily, being like, "Oh, I'm late. I'm, you know, fashionably late in my inappropriate hunting gear," and it's just like, all right.
But you see in that moment that she's like, I recognize that you are doing fashion crimes of a
game. Recognizes game in this moment. Yep. And then right after this, there's another fire.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And then the queen mother accuses the grand prince
and hits him
and accuses him of setting the fire on purpose to murder his nephew. And then he's just like, the fuck, you're crazy. And then she then has to apologize because she's like, I was just taken over by emotion.
She's really giving a like historical queen mother performance, and it's like, but we are not 300 years ago, ma'am. Like, I don't want to be the king. I don't need to kill my nephew. I just want to be a good uncle. And
he's like, I'm just living my life, like, ma'am. But I think she's doing such a good job though. Like what's her name? Gong Sung Yeon.
She's great.
She's so great. She's been in so many things. Like she was in Circle. She was in Heard It Through the Grapevine back in the day. She was in Are You Human? Like she was like the main, you know, girl in that. She's been in so much, and she's just killing it. Yeah. Like I feel like she should make more historicals because I feel like she would be really good in those.
Because like she's terrible, but she's not over the top terrible.
No, she's terrible in a completely completely understandable and understated sort of way.
Yeah.
It's like you know that she's terrible because the things that she says and does are terrible, but they're not so terrible that you're like, wow, this is a cartoon caricature of like,
like it's evil. Not like the queen mother from The Last Empress who was like,
because this is a
bathing in breast milk to keep herself young and stuff. Like
all right, calm down. No, she's a normal sort of evil, like just a very.
Especially when they explicitly say like she's from a long line of queens. It's like, oh, she was built to be like this from square one.
This was her whole life is tied up in this identity.
And power. Like it's obvious she's after the power.
She craves power. Yeah. Also, this show has something that is one of my favorite things in sort of modern this happens a lot in vertical dramas with CEOs, which is that we have fun put upon assistants whose lives are just completely absorbed, but also exasperated by their bosses. So the Grand Prince has one guy who has to follow him around and is in public is very proper and very, like understated and quiet, and in public it's like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you like this? Please, I'm begging you. You're making my life difficult. Why are you doing this to me? And then on the other hand, IU's character has played by Leon, this very sort of almost not quite butch, very soft butch energy personal assistant who is basically her bridge to being normal to regular people.
Yeah.
So she'll like, and she knows all of IU's character's tricks. Like in the second episode, she has to, like, IU's character has to go to this like award to get an award, and she's on the phone with her, and she's like, do not wear those red outfits. No, I already picked out the outfit. And she's like, oh, and I'm gonna put on some no. Do not put on any accessories. You are not looking flashy. She's like, oh, but I bought this for you. No. She's like, are you watching me? She's like, no, I just know you
that well.
Yeah. What I like
I had said to my sister when we were watching it, watching those two together, the way that they're styled and everything, it gave me flashbacks to back when IU was doing the Cannes Film Festival for Broker with Lee Ju Young. They were always like walking around together looking like a pair very happy lesbians, and and I thought somebody saw
the energy that they have,
and they were like, I think that photo shoot. Let's turn that into a characterization here.
Yeah,
a vibe.
Yeah, I've seen folks on social media. They're like, "I'm shipping them, just so you know."
Yeah,
just
listen. That's what you're hindered only by your imagination, shippers. Go out and enjoy. But what I really like about her character is that you can tell that she genuinely loves her boss, which is why she's putting all this effort to humanize her amongst other people. So like, while IU will be very hard on her employees, then the assistant will come in and be like, no, you're actually doing like,
doing great.
If she really was upset, you'd be fired. Like, don't worry. Like,
but also on the flip side, she'll go to IU's character and be like, you need to calm down.
Yeah, you
like,
need to chill.
You've been upset for like 3 weeks. You need to get over it.
Yeah.
Like,
and then she'll also call her on her bullshit and be like, you're being delusional right now. But then IU's like, are they delusions if you can make them come true? And it's just like, girl, you're right. Actually, like, you're not wrong in this very specific case of this show.
The whole first episode is basically IU consistently over and over and over again trying to get like an audience with the prince and getting rejected. And every time she gets a rejection, she's like, oh, you're rejecting me? Oh, I'm trying again. And her aide is like, could you please give up? Like, you can't just marry him just because you say so. Like, and she's like,
no, she's like that meme the meme of like the guy giving up on mining diamonds, like right before he finds all of them. Like, that's IU. She's like, I'm never going to give up. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this man. And you know what? I see her getting the man.
Well, this type of show this is, perhaps.
Yes, I feel like she's going to be successful. I do need to bring up one other character that appeared in episode 2 a little heavy-handedly, and that is the company Subway is back. We're doing the classics for this one. I have not seen such heavy-handed Subway advertising since the second season of Chuck happened. Like, this was some next level Subway. You want me to believe that IU, a high-powered business lady, is like, yeah, I eat Subway when I'm working. No, you don't. All of us know this. Like, no, you don't.
There's no way that, like, nothing in the character that they created makes me believe she would go to a Subway. Like, she wouldn't. Like, it just, like, nothing.
She might pay someone to go to a Subway for her, but she herself would never step foot.
They maybe missed a little opportunity where they could have still had lots of Subway, but, like, had her in, like, dark glasses and like they
could have done a bit of a comedy bit,
trying to figure out how to do and they're going, do you just want it on the set menu? Sure, because she has no idea.
Not knowing.
No idea. I feel like that would have been a much funnier integration that would have felt less heavy-handed than two characters sitting there eating Subway and talking about how much they love Subway. And I'm just like, it's 2026. I think we can make it a little smoother to integrate.
If it had been her assistant bringing some and then talking to the aide guy,
now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Normal people.
But her and the aide just having a little Subway crunch and munch.
Well,
I don't know.
It became funnier when they even took pictures of you with your sandwich bag. They should pay me for PR. It's
that was funny. That genuinely and see if they had done what Amanda had suggested, where she goes through the whole trying to hide her identity. then it would have been funnier. Like, that would have been an even funnier gag when she'd be like, oh, they should pay me for PR. Because, like, obviously, yes, Subway did pay her for PR. Right now, we're watching it.
We're watching,
but
because we know her character eats fancy stuff. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as someone as obsessed with the fact that she is not a member of the aristocracy, and that's the one thing that has been holding her back from achieving everything that she's ever wanted her entire life, she ain't eating Subway.
No, I was like,
all right, she's going to like an omakase, like no.
Yeah, like maybe she gets sandwiches.
Ain't no Michelin star.
Or like I said to on Bluesky, I said like she feels like it's either or. She would either be, it would be bougie, organic, you know, high end, whatever, or she stopped at the corner store and grabbed some kimbap and a soju on the way, you know, somewhere, because there would be no in between.
You're at a hotel.
There's no McDonald's for this woman. Like it's just Why didn't she get
room service? You're in a hotel. This was my question while watching it. I'm like, girl, why did you leave? Yeah, you're at like a high-end hotel. Like, you can get room service till like 5 a.m. at hotels. Like, I need you to be for real. Like, at a hotel this high-end that the prince is also staying at it, they have round-the-clock concierge service. Like, anyway, listen, we're getting too in the weeds about Subway, even though I'm the one who brought us here, but it is, you know.
Classism being such an aspect, it's just kind of...
It's just absurd, you know.
If they had done like either undercover or fish out of water type thing with her character
that would have been
into
funny.
A Subway, it would have sold it more. But like, I can see why the sponsor might not love that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it would actually fit more with the character.
It would have been funnier. Listen, if Subway had balls, you know, they would have been like, actually, this sort of incognito purchase, hilarious.
Or let's say the prince loves Subway, and there's
like
this
secret.
whole like, man,
because maybe he got some when he was in high school. Yeah.
And it's like my secret thing that no one can know about, but then it gets revealed, and it's like, oh no, PR, you know, like
I feel like
siding with the corporation, oops, type thing.
I feel like we would be so good at integrating company like promos into shows, because like it's fun when it's seamless. It's fun because like, do you remember like, this is a real callback, but the Subway integration in Ghost Detective. Now that was some next level Subway. I'm like, wow, a Subway ad that made you cry. Like, it's never happened. Incredible.
I mean,
but like, no, like they
bring it back around if, like, say in another episode, like down the road, the two aides are talking, and he's like fondly remembering the time she brought Subway, and he's like, She brought you Subway? I got that Subway. She just took credit for it, you know, or something. Like, you could have something pop up later that you were like, okay, now it makes sense. Now I believe
it's a callback. Then you call it back, like, and then it's double the promo. Listen, these people are losing. Yeah, they're losing out on you know.
But pretty much the moment that Subway showed up, like people that have been watching K-dramas for a while, it's like, okay, what else are you going to fill in on the bingo card at this point?
Classics are happening.
What other product placements are we going to get?
The one that I saw was somebody who was like, oh, K-dramas are so back. And I was like, it's not like Subway went anywhere, but I get what you're saying.
Like, listen, I know we had a few like Quiznos run-ins, but like Subway never really left. Like, it's just you weren't watching the ones that had Subway integration.
I have my Subway Chanu cards. Like, I know.
Like they
exist. Been here.
You know. And then the Subway inevitably led to, oh no, them getting mistakenly discovered by the Queen Mother, who just shows up. I thought that was like really funny. She shows up in her regular clothes to like come bust in on the prince, and then walks in on the prince, who is once again shirtless. And then the Queen Mother seems like she's never seen a naked man before. She has a child. I'm assuming she's seen a bare chest before, and she's like, oh, like I'm gonna leave. And then she sees IU's character's purse, and is like, oh, I knew it. This motherfucker has a girlfriend, and then walks in and sees them together, and is like, oh, how dare you have a girlfriend that I didn't personally choose.
With a woman.
How dare you be like a 27-year-old man? Like, what are we doing here? All be real here for a moment.
That man, he's a prince.
That man looking like that.
He's getting laid a lot.
He been fucking, okay? Like, there might be some NDAs sprinkled about, but let's not pretend, you know? Come on. Let's all be reasonable here. Like, he goes on vacation at his, like, private residence. Like, come on. It's not all cats over there, if you know what I mean. I could have made a much more distasteful joke there, and I need you all to really applaud me for keeping it PG.
Anyway.
The Maritimer in me really wanted to make a difference. But moving on.
One little mention, there was a mention of IU's character dating an idol like a year or two before. And I'm like, I would like to see it. I would like to see that cameo later on, please, when they run into each other. I want that. Who's it going to be?
Yeah. There's so many choices. Yeah. I hope it's someone fun if they do that.
It would be funny if it was like someone that she's been cast with before or something. Like, that'd be funny.
So I'm definitely going to still keep watching this. I had a riot of a time with the first 2 episodes.
I did too. So admittedly, I watched the first episode like by itself, and it was just very much set up, really.
Yeah.
And she was kind of more serious the first episode, truly. Yeah. And so then I was like, I'm not having the fun. I was expecting fun.
Yeah.
Like,
where's the jokes?
And so then a few days later, when I finally got around to watching the second episode, I was like, oh, here's the jokes. I'm happy. Like, this is what I was expecting. Like, this is the tone that I was thinking we were going to get.
The calm arrived at the ROM.
It's a little, it gets cuter. Yeah. And it gets, like, it is. I was just going to say something, and I don't remember. It just went. As I was speaking, I was happens. It's gone now. But the hat, we mentioned the hat before. I think before we were. She wins an award from the king, the cute little adorable king. And the award is this like goofy looking, really fun hat.
Flower hat.
With flowers. Like, and she's like, you should put it on my head, king. And he's like, okay. And he puts it on her head. And then she wears it for the rest of the day.
She wears it forever.
She's
taking TikToks with it.
And he's like, are you serious? And she's like, I'm never taking it off. Like,
she's like, I love this hat. I worked hard to earn this hat, and he's like, y'all are embarrassing. Like,
so like I really enjoyed seeing that aspect of her character, because like, and she already has range. First 2 episodes, she's going, scary business lady, super obsessed with getting married to the prince, and goofball. Like, she's a goofball.
Yeah,
but she doesn't really care.
And you already get the vibe that she is going to be the fun auntie. Like, she will protect that kid. Like, if he's her nephew, then she's gonna be protecting that kid. Like, that comes with.
Because what I like is, like, she's kind of like, she has that's the word I was looking for earlier. She's not mean, she's abrasive. So it's like, because of like the way that she is, she's abrasive, but you can tell that she actually cares about people. Like, she cares about her assistant, and she cares about the prime minister. And I mean, she doesn't care about her brother because she thinks he's an idiot. But like,
I feel like even her brother, there's something there. Like, it's not like they're in the first episode. They do a thing. They're kind of snarking at each other, but then when they turn, they both flip their hair the same way, and you're like,
they have the same mannerisms.
Okay. Yeah. Like, and when they're sitting at the dinner, they're chatting. They're kind of chatting with each other and stuff. Like, there's possibility. Like, you can kind of see how the big problem between them is their dad and the company, right? Like, it's a wedge has been put between them that's not really either of their fault. So.
And you sort of get the impression that the brother like can't admit that he's not equipped to be in business. But like, she even mentions like all his businesses eventually fail because he's not good. And she's like, but because his parents were married and he's a man, everyone's just waiting to like for me to make a single mistake so that they can get rid of me, despite the fact that I don't make those. Like that I've been doing nothing but providing value and like running this company like a friggin' like the tightest militarized ship you've ever seen. And she's like, oh, she's vicious in business. Like she's a cutthroat. And listen, I'm not a capitalist, but I do enjoy women excelling in male-dominated fields.
Exactly.
So that's what she's doing.
She's so funny. Like she'll take a really nice picture of herself and put it on social media and stuff, and she's like, our stocks are gonna like rise tomorrow because I'm pretty. Like,
yeah. And it's like, and it shows that like she uses everything that she has to her advantage. Whereas
she's very calculating, but it's not like towards anyone's end. It's really just trying to get what she wants.
Yeah, and she doesn't like purposefully step on people as so far, except she just thinks her brother's an idiot, and it's just like that's fair. And then people who disrespect her, she gives that energy back.
I did like what she pulled at the birthday party.
Yeah.
So there were these aristocrat ladies, young women, to be clear, like age range, same age as her, like if not some younger. But these three ladies dressed in their, pastel outfits.
Yeah.
And so they were behind her and they were loudly
just talking about how poor birth she is.
Illegitimate.
Blah, blah, blah. Like classless and all this.
She breaks her wine goblet thing and just turns to them and is just looks
like,
pretty scary.
She just kind of gives them a look like, you want to go? Because yeah. And then she just puts down the broken glass.
Run from her. Picks up another glass of wine and just like goes about her business. It
felt very
her brother.
It felt very like, don't start it if you can't finish it.
Yeah.
Like, don't mess with me.
Yeah.
Like don't start something you can't. Like you might start it, but I'm going to end it. You're like, listen, if I'm so classless,
I'm going to be classless.
Then you should probably be scared, ladies. But like I do think that we're going to get into like a lot of like the aristocracy sort of shenanigans, because classism is a problem worldwide. It takes many forms. So I'm really excited to see where this show goes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And what we also didn't talk about is how
just like
we didn't.
I enjoyed seeing like that level of it's adding depth. The high school scenes, the flashbacks are adding some depth to that classism and stuff. Also, IU
sort of
in a
showing how this classism is
archery outfit, looking fine with her archery. That was those were some good scenes.
I feel like her high school arch nemesis dude is going to pop back up again.
I feel like
that feels inevitable.
Yeah.
Because they built him up, like he got too much screen time for him to like not show up again.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I did actually, I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but I got a little chuckle during the archery scenes. Did you see how thick of a platform shoe they had on her?
Chunky shoes. Chunky. I was like,
we're massive. I was like, I get it, because you want them to be like for a filming purpose, like you can't have. But it's like in a lot of these scenes, she is standing on a box because she is tiny and he is tall. But like I was laughing at those shoes. They were chompers. They were just clomping her. I was like, damn.
She's not wearing that for archery. Like,
nah, like you're gonna be wearing those 3-inch platforms to do some competitive archery. Sure, Jan.
Sure.
I thought it was funny. Like the things that you notice that I don't think they intend for you to notice, but like my eyes I was like, that's a lot of soul down there on that there shoe.
But one thing we didn't discuss is like, so when she did propose marriage to the prince, and of course this wasn't in a romantic sense, it was in a very like contract type sense. And then they they even buried the lead by cutting, editing a certain way and revealing it later and all this whole thing. But as far as Prince said that, like, I want it to be a love match. Like, I don't want to just marry anybody. And then the way he agrees later, it's like, okay.
It's like, okay, like, listen. But then, and also after he says this, she's like, I'm not actually deterred. And she basically just starts stalking him. And just showing up wherever he is and being like, hi.
I missed you.
Oh, you're here too? Weird. Which does then lead into like when the scandal of like them having a secret rendezvous would be like, we also noticed like she's they're at the same place all the time. They must be dating. And then it like cuts to her being like, that's hilarious. That's so funny. That worked out so well to my advantage.
It's very much like he says, no, like, I don't want to marry for contracts. I want to marry for love. And she was like, okay, bet. Like, I will make you fall in love with me. You think I can't?
All right.
Look at this.
Like, and then he was pretty much immediately charmed. It was like, okay, buddy.
Like, listen, I don't think it would have taken much. I think there was a little bit of a little something there for many a year, and then she's so charming. Like every time they meet, she's just so sassy and or sweet when the little kid is there and she's getting her awards.
Like she's nice to his nephew.
Well, and
it's nice.
I liked how they did. Like they showed her paying attention to how the prince treated his nephew.
Yeah.
And it's not like she was, uber impressed. They didn't make it this romantic thing, but it's like she noted like how he was treating him. And it wasn't in a manipulative way. Like they really didn't go far into like how they were showing that. But they kind of took note of each other on how they treated other people is really the way a lot of that happened. And again, it was very small showing, not telling, but it was they at least stuck that in there the way they edited some of that, which I liked. And then to me, what I appreciated was she helped him when he was sick. And it did feel like it wasn't necessarily in just a machinations type of way. I think it informed it a little bit, but they didn't edit it to make it obvious that she was scheming when she was doing that. She really was just trying to be like helpful, and she wasn't she wasn't purposefully at the hotel.
No, like that
to be in his way. Like that was
just coincidentally in the same hotel as him. I mean, coincidentally in the sense of this is probably the highest end, nicest hotel, and they're the richest people in the country kind of thing. Of course, that's where they stay. But like,
so it felt sincere, which I liked, and they didn't really harp on it too much. But the machinations kind of faded, and she was just being a person to another person, which I appreciated.
Yeah. And
really
like that, she helped get the doctor to come in and look after him and stuff. And then when he's like they're already setting up that she is well prepared to be a royal wife. Like she's like, okay, but we're gonna, if anybody asks, it was me. You were here to see me. He wasn't even here. You didn't even know, right? Like this is about me. Because she knows, like, if the prince is sick, then that
be a big
deal. A thing. If she gets a cold, it's not a thing. So like they're showing that
nobody cares but her assistant.
Prepared to go up against the evil queen mother.
I'm like so pumped. I'm so pumped because like I don't think like I love when like a villainous character like does not realize what they're up against. Because it's just like you think, oh, you can control her because like the queen mother could control anyone except for the grand prince. And it's like, what if the grand prince was duplicated and more annoying? Like, and cared even less about what you thought than the grand prince does.
I'm looking forward to how our two lead characters are going to like work together to foil the queen, because they're definitely going to work together at some juncture. It's probably not going to be like right out of the gate, but
no. I'm excited.
Eventually trust each other and stuff to like really work together. Like I think that'll be really fun.
Yeah,
I'm pumped.
Yeah,
because did you guys see the little previews?
Yeah, I watched the little previews. While I may not watch previews to actual shows, I always watch the little end of episode, like coming up next week. I'm always like, let's see what we're up to next week. No, I'm really excited.
I think it'll be fun.
I think so too. And I hope your sister keeps enjoying it.
Yeah.
Because I assume you and your sister will be watching it together.
Yeah. We're gonna, well, I don't have a Disney Plus membership and she does. So
it'll be a fun one to watch together.
Yeah, it will be like, we've been, we usually pick something, we watch it together, and the last few we've picked have either they're just not hitting. Like, it's like, oh yeah, we enjoyed that well enough, but like the next week we're like, let's see if something else is on. And this one we're both like, can't wait to see the next episode. Keep watching it. So that's a good sign,
I will say this will be one that probably here in a few episodes, it is going to be hurting that we're watching it as it's airing.
Yeah.
It's going to be, we're going to be hurting and going, man, I wish I was binging.
Yeah.
But I would not, also a show I wouldn't want to be spoiled on. So like, I'm definitely going to have to keep
up. So it's kind of
so.
nice. Yeah.
Right. But I'm just saying, story-wise, we're going to be chomping at the bit here pretty soon. Yeah. Like, really bad. Especially if they do a cliffhanger or something. Because it felt like they might do that a few times, the way they've already...
I'm going to be pissed if they do!
What I don't want, I don't want the Prime Minister to turn evil.
No! I love him!
I love him.
I've got this... You could see them going that way. Him and
listen, that would be the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
But no, don't do it. Right? He's so nice.
I would see even something where he's not turning evil as much as he's working with the Queen Mother because she's convinced him that this is the best thing for the country, kind of a scenario, and he just goes down the wrong path.
But it would be nice if he stayed the friend, and if we get some other bad people.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like there's going to be other, it can't just be the Queen Mother. Like,
no, there's got to be
too many episodes to do.
Yeah.
So like, there has to be other things happening. Because I'm impressed we're already like clicking along with the marriage thing. Like,
yeah. So clearly there's like something else that's going to be,
right. It's not just going to be about
them
can they
married.
Get it to the altar? Are they okay after? Like, there's going to be
that's going to be just the inciting incident, basically.
Yeah.
They're getting married now. No, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah.
And wedding outfits will be fun.
Ooh, yeah. Because they're doing a good job too. Like, there was the handbox and stuff in the first episode at the birthday party, but the Crown Prince has also, and the Queen Mother, they've had some like modern takes on some more traditional clothing. So I love when they do that. And like his home has sense. Like decor, like they're in the castle and it's clearly old, but it's also modern, and it's got like the art is a throwback art and stuff. And I love when they do a good job of integrating that, like, okay, what would happen if we had an uninterrupted monarchy? What would that have meant for style and art and fashion and stuff in our modern time? And I feel like so far they're doing a good job of not making it over the top, but definitely throwing those things in there that you're like, yeah, okay, I see.
I appreciated the Korean culture, like, flavor staying in it versus like if you go watch King Two Hearts, which you can go listen to our episode, very ancient episode, so be nice.
Not even a video, it's so old.
We did a modern monarchy episode way back in the day, and I talked about King Two Hearts, but the style they did for that modern monarchy was very like, for some reason we had a lot of like European influence on our outfits. I don't know why.
This one makes more sense.
This one does make more sense.
I would say,
like,
vibe-wise, this one reminded me more of something like King Two Hearts than it did, like, say, something like Goon. Like it, like it's got a little bit more of a, this feels like this could be real. This could be an actual thing. I would, it definitely more realistic than, say, like The Last Empress or what was that more recent one with
King the Eternal Monarch.
Yeah, King the Eternal Monarch. More realistic than
that.
That
one was legit, like magic was related.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on.
There was.
This one
there was
more
like
realistic
legitimate.
Queen and Huns, man. Like, yeah, obviously. Like,
because it doesn't have time travel. Like, because they don't go through a new dimension. Like, of course. But yeah, no, this is. I'm really excited to keep watching this.
Yeah, me too.
And let us know if you are watching it as well, down in the comment section or on our website or wherever. And we hope that you're excited to not only keep watching that, but keep listening to us, because we have 7 years of episodes, but also we put out, with few exceptions, like last week, we put out an episode every single week. On Mondays, wherever podcasts can be found, if you like an audio, so if you on your Podbeans, on your Spotify's, but if you like a video experience, we are also on video on YouTube. So hi, YouTube people, our small but growing cohort of YouTube people. We love y'all. Anyway, we hope that you have a fantastic week. You can also listen to every episode on our website, certifiednoonas.com, where we will have also linked to the things that we talk about. And if you want to support this podcast, like the incredible people who do, you can go to patreon.com/certifiednoonas to join the Found family, put a little money in the digital tip jar that keeps the podcast hosting and equipment running over here. And I just recently put up a little special mini episode about Pursuit of something related to Pursuit of Jade for all the Found family only over on Patreon. So there's a little something over there. Anyway, we hope you have a fantastic week. We will be back next time. And as always, wash your hands, wear a mask, and keep enjoying Asian entertainment. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.